Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy Friday. Welcome back to Post Review Friday. It's been a couple of weeks since I have had a finish to share with you all, but I'm very excited to talk about this particular kit. So, ow, I just bonked my head on my light. So today we are going to be talking about Guardian of the Winter Forest by the artist Rita Konya. This is from Diamond Art Club. It is a 50.7 centimeter by 73.7 centimeter round drills, 22 colors with 2 fairy dust drills and 1 crystal. Now I started this kit on February 15th and I finished it on February 25th. This is my 6th finish for 2024 and it is my 139th finish all time. Now this was my final kit for February of 2024, and I had really been looking forward to working on this particular kit for quite a while. It is one that I passed on its initial release, and then I worked on another kit by this artist, which the name of that kit is escaping me. Was it a Halloween kit? Darn, I cannot remember, but I fell in love with the artwork. So then I ran to Diamond Art Club's website to see what else they had from her. And this was one of the kits. I saw it and I was like, how did I pass on this initially? It's so beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and pop up a full length picture for you guys here because you're definitely not getting all of it in frame. But let's talk about what I liked, what I didn't like, all of that fun stuff. Now, I really loved the rendering on this image. I will say that I do feel like it could have been a bit larger just to get a bit more detail like in her face. I think it came out really well. I like the rendering, but it's just one of those kits that I feel like it was good as it was, but had it been a bit larger, I think it would have been even better. With that being said, I did like that it was a kind of on the smaller side. I know for some people like a 50 by 70 isn't really like a small kit, and I'm not saying it's a small kit for me either, but I still would have enjoyed working on it had it been a bit larger. Something that I absolutely loved about this kit was the addition of the crystal. Now I think Diamond Art Club calls them, do they call them like electro diamonds? Am I making that up? But you would probably recognize them as crystals. They are like clear, if I can get one that's facing the right way, they're clear crystal diamonds with the silver bottom. So I think they call them electro. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but it doesn't really matter. It's a clear crystal, and those make up all of the dangles that hang off of her antlers. So you can see these like swoops with the crystals at the end. Those are all made up of the crystal drills, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I feel like I may have worked on one other kit from Diamond Art Club that used the crystals. I honestly can't remember. This is like the kit that's sticking out to me as my first time actually using the crystals with DAC, and I love it. And I can't wait to see if they keep moving forward with that, if we have more kits that have the multi special drills. I think it's really fun. And I think it really adds extra depth to the painting. So absolutely, absolutely loved that. And really did love the rendering. Now, before I talk about changes that I made to the canvas, I do want to talk about the drills because I did not have the best experience with the drills on this kit. Mainly one particular color, which I had plenty of, so I wasn't concerned about running out of them, but it was more annoying than anything. So let me dump these in here. Hopefully I can point out to you what I didn't like. So obviously you guys can probably see that the problem child was the 3865 drill, and hopefully the camera, I think it's focusing. A lot of these had holes on the top. So most of my trash is drills with holes on the top, and most of the color is 3865. Is that focused? I think so. So that was disappointing. Whenever I was working with this color, I felt like I had to pick all the trash out before I could actually diamond paint. Now, like I said, I did have plenty of this color. I will not be keeping that particular drill color just because I don't want to run into the issue in the future if I ever need to substitute with my own stash. Not the end of the world. I have a lot of 3865. We get a lot of that color in a lot of kits, so it's really not that big of a deal. But I have had this issue with Diamond Art Club before in the past. I cannot remember if it was 3865 drill in particular or if it was another color, but I have had bad batches of drills where majority of them have the holes on the top. Now, I did not use all of the 3865 drill. I did substitute in some of my own ABs and fairy dust drills, so there is definitely more trash in there that I didn't get to, but I just wanted to let you guys know. So again, if you watch my post reviews regularly, you know that I say I really don't care about trash as long as I have enough of that particular drill color to finish the kit, which I absolutely did with this particular finish. I just save my trash so that I can talk to you guys about drill quality in my post reviews. So genuinely not a deal breaker for me, but still something that I wanted to bring up. Now, as far as adding, I feel like my trash drills opened up or something because I have a bunch of loose pieces there. Something that I did do with this kit is I added in some of my own 3865 AB and 3865 fairy dust. These are left over from a Diamond Art Club kit from a while ago. Now, there was some of this charted in the diamond painting, but I wanted to keep what they sent separate from what I had, just so I knew if I was going to run out. So you can see here, this is what I had left from the kit itself. And I'll just pour this into this baggie here. So I went ahead and added these two drills to the hair. So she has a bunch of beautiful white hair. Just gonna move this a bit. And when I unboxed this kit, I had talked to you guys about replacing the 3865 either entirely with AB or entirely with fairy dust, and I ended up not doing that purely because I never placed an order with with DP with sparklers. I ended up being on my no-buy. I just didn't get the order in ahead of time. So I just decided to work with what I had. And as you guys can see, I had a pretty good amount of the AB and I had a decent amount of the fairy dust drills. Now, I knew I wouldn't have had enough to completely replace, so I ended up just sprinkling both of them in, and I do like the effect that it gives. You have to be like much closer, but I do feel like it gives a lot of extra sparkle and dimension to the hair. It's so funny because before I started filming this video, I actually was on Instagram and I was scrolling through people's stories and somebody asked, I wish I remembered who it was because I would screenshot it to like give them credit, but somebody asked if people thought fairy dust drills added anything to the kit. I believe they thought that they're hard to see, something along those lines. Again, I should have screenshotted when I saw it, but I personally love fairy dust drills. Now, I love ABs. I'm no stranger to adding extra things to my paintings. It's something that I really do enjoy doing, but sometimes I feel like the ABs can be quite harsh, and something like this particular artwork, which is very, obviously, I don't want to say eccentric, but it's a little bit out there for some people, but I find this artwork to be like super feminine. I don't know. Let me know if you feel the same. And I think that the ABs can be super harsh and that the fairy dust drills just give that extra, like, that extra something without being very overpowering, which is interesting because Diamond Art Club actually did not chart any ABs in this kit. They charted 2 fairy dust and then that 1 crystal. So I'm kind of curious, like, if they felt the same way. I don't know. I find it very interesting. And I really think, yes, the AB added some sparkle, but I feel like the fairy dust is just really special, and I think it just adds some, I don't know, it just adds like some sheen to the kit. Now, for the fairy dust drills that Diamond Art Club included, we had the really pale blue 775, and then like I showed you guys, we have the 3865 that they included. Now for the light blue, that makes up the snowflakes on her cape, which I think is really beautiful. And the 3865 that they charted, I believe, was all of the like little falling snowflakes in the background. There's also some of this light blue there, which is beautiful. I really do like that. But I do think that they could have added some to the hair, which is why I did it instead. So all in all, I really did enjoy this painting. And the other piece that I was talking about, the title of it just came to me. It was Haunted by this artist. It was a Halloween kit that I worked on. I'll pop up a picture here if you're interested. But I just loved her artwork after working on that painting. And I really do find it like very feminine. I know that's kind of a weird way to describe art. But I'm obsessed with this artist, and I want to get everything that she has available diamond painting wise. So those are my thoughts on this kit. Actually, I just read through my notes. I did have some issues with the poured glue in spots. It was very sparse in certain areas. There wasn't a lot for the drills to hold on to. That is a problem that I have had with Diamond Art Club for a while now, but it's very sporadic. It's not every kit, it's random kits. I really haven't been able to narrow down why that happens. It just happens occasionally for me on some of my kits, and unfortunately this was one, but it wasn't enough to deter me from working on it. I actually decided to use just some, oh my gosh, there's a drill in there. I decided to use just blue wax for this kit because the, with the glue being so sparse, I guess, not sparse, with the glue being, what am I trying to say? With the glue being lacking in certain areas, if I had a putty that was really strong grip, I wasn't able to get the drills off of my pen. Hopefully that makes sense. So normally I use a putty in my multi-placer and I don't have a problem getting the drills off of the putty. But when you have poured glue that's just not as like sticky as it normally is, it can be really hard to get drills off of the putty. So that's why I switched to something that was a little low, like a little less tacky, which was the blue wax for me. Hopefully that all made sense. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, did I make any sense when I said that? Hopefully. So the accessories for this kit, I used just a blue washi tape. I couldn't find anything else that I liked. This is from the brand MT. I showed you guys my wax, which I used the blue wax. I used this Be Kind cover minder. I really couldn't find anything else that I wanted to use, and the colors just matched on this one. And I was just kind of in this type of mood, like be kind. And then I used a tray. This is the Fine Boy from Cat Proof. It's this really pretty gradient blue to white. And then I used one of my wintry pens. This is from Peachy Keen, and it's a really beautiful blue and white with some snowflakes in there. One of my favorite pens in my collection. I always have to use this. I think this is my second winter with this one, so I had to make sure I had a kit that I could use it with. So those are my thoughts on Guardian of the Winter Forest. Again, this is by Rita Konya. I will go ahead and pop up another photo for you guys here. This is a 50.7 centimeter by 73.7 centimeter round drill. I I know we're kind of coming out of winter now, but if you are looking to add a wintry kit to your stash for next year, maybe, I highly recommend picking this one up. I really enjoyed working on it. It was a really great mix of color blocking and confetti for me, which I think is just kind of how this particular artwork renders with Diamond Art Club. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's Post Review Friday. I hope everybody has a great weekend, and thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys in Monday's video. Bye.